Hey creative friends, welcome to my channel, and here we are with another awesome Spamtember recipe. And this is super simple and probably everybody knows how to make it, but this is just what I feel like having for dinner tonight. And I just want to say thank you for Prepper Potpourri for putting together this awesome collaboration again this year and inviting me to take part because it's just so much fun. And actually, I love Spam. I grew up having Spam. My dad's favorite thing. We used to cut it really thin and brown it and then make like sandwiches. It was so good. But for this is so simple. You probably already know how to make it, but this is just what I feel like having right now. 3 ingredients. I'm going to need some of these grands. These are the crescents, and this works really, really good with like the biscuits as well. You can do that, but I have these, so I'm going to use them. And I'm using the American cheese, the single slices, because it melts really good. You could also just use shredded cheese, or you could use like Monterey Jack. You can use any kind of cheese. And I have Spam. Now, in my last Spam video, I used half of the can because it's just the two of us. So I only used half. So this video, I'm going to use the other half. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cube this up, and then I'm going to fry it up so it's nice and browned and kind of crispy on the edges. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to make, basically, it's like a Hot Pocket that I'm going to make out of these with the cheese. It's going to be like a ham and cheese kind of a Hot Pocket thing. So they're delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and cube this up and fry it up in the pan, and I will come back to you when that is done. Okay, I've got the Spam all cubed up, and now I'm going to let that fry up, so that's super nice. And meanwhile, I preheated the oven. I looked at the back of the rolls, and it says 350, and then you roll the little dough pieces, and you leave them in there for 12 to 15 minutes. But what I'm going to do is I've got 4 pieces of cheese out here. I'm not sure if I'm going to need all of it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this, and then I'm going to take 2 of them and kind of fold them over. I'll show you what I mean. Let me get these opened and rolled out. Okay, so this is how it looks. And normally there would be 8 crescent rolls, but now what I'm going to do is divide these. So this will make like a pocket like that. I'm going to kind of fold them up, and they'll be great. But you're going to have 2 of the rolls. And if you have biscuits, what I do is I just take 1 round biscuit, flatten it out, and put another one on top. But because these are shaped, you got to kind of line them up. So now there will be 4. And then what I'm going to do is, because I use the little tips kind of for fun, so I'm going to kind of stretch this out, and it's always perfect. And then I think I'm going to take, I think I only need a 1 slice. I could use 2. Hang on. Let's just see. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do 2 slices of the cheese and just make sure it's going to fit inside that triangle. Kind of like that. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to put the Spam on top of there, and then I'm going to cover it with that and pinch the edges. So I will go ahead and get the cheese lined up on 4 of these in preparation for that sizzling Spam. All right, I've got my little Spam. I've got these laid out, and I kind of flattened them out a little bit, folded the tip down. And I'm using this because this is what I have. But like I said, usually I will use biscuits. But you make do, right? And I need to use up the things in my fridge. Okay, so I'm going to, let's just start with this one. I'm going to put the Spam, I need to kind of look and make sure we're down to like a quarter of this. Okay. And now I'm going to take one of these. And I laid these on the cheese wrapper so that they don't stick. And I'm going to kind of stretch this out and intentionally cover that and pinch the sides. The dough can stretch, so that's a good thing. Kind of fold it up. Be like a crescent roll pocket. A Spam and cheese pocket. Okay, these aren't going to be beautiful, but they're going to be good. And you know what? I have soup from my Spamtember video. There you go. So see, that's just a stuffed, like, looks like a piece of pizza. Actually, you could put some pizza sauce in there and make it like a pizza pocket. How fun would that be? Anyway, so I've got some of the soup from my Spamtember video, a little leftover that would just make like a little tiny bowl of soup with this. I think that would be good. So I'm going to probably have my little Spam and cheese pockets with some Spamtember soup. That'll be good. Okay, and you know, if you're watching this video alongside of videos of me on vacation, that's because I'm doing this video in advance before our vacation because it's going to be due while I'm gone. Okay, so I'm going to pinch those over. Make sure if you get little spaces there, just kind of fold it over. And you know, these little crescent rolls, I love the crescent rolls. They're so good. You could do this with the pie filling in the can also, or the pie dough, or the pizza dough. You could do this with, I love the Pillsbury in a can things are so good. And actually, I do cook. I cook a lot of from scratch. The majority of my food that I cook is from scratch, but I do like convenience foods for things. And, you know, Spam is convenient. Crescent rolls are convenient. So, let me fold that guy up there. Just tuck these around. So you just, if you're not into Spam though, you just need to think about what you could put in here. You could put hamburger fried up, make like a cheeseburger pocket. You could actually, with this, you could add some scrambled eggs in here, and it would be like one of those breakfast pockets. You could add pie filling and make it a pie pocket. Just whatever you want to put in here that sounds amazing, you can do that. Okay. Like I said, these are not attractive or beautiful, but who is really worried about it? I'm not. I know Brian's not going to care. He is not that picky of an eater, which is good because sometimes I invent things. Most of my recipes, when I look at a recipe, to me it's a suggestion. That's the way my mom was too. Okay, so this is going to be Snicker snack. I'm going to give him a little Spamtember too. Spam time for Snickers. I'll add that in with his dinner. Okay, so let me show you this one. And then the oven is preheated to 350 because that was the directions on the back of the crescent rolls. And everything inside is, you know, it doesn't have to be cooked because the Spam is now been browned. And it's already cooked anyway. It's not like it has to be cooked. And the cheese, it's just going to melt. So keeping it in for the length of time that the rolls need to cook is going to be just fine. Okay. Oops. All right. We're going to call these ugly pockets. Okay. There they are. Now, those are going to go in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes, and I will bring you back when they're done. All right, I have dished it up, and because we're going on vacation and I just need to use up the stuff in the fridge, I have a little bit of the leftover soup that I did for Spamtember. So if you want to know what this is, you got to go watch that video. And then I've got these, and I also wanted to use up the apples that were in there. So I've just got an apple on the side, but I'll show you inside. Looky look, it's just delicious. And that would be so good with maybe scrambled eggs in there too. So you can see it's all cheesy and spammy, and it's delicious. And I like the crust because the crust is that really nice crescent roll crust. So there you have it. Another awesome and easy meal using Spam. And I love Spamtember, and be sure and check the description box for a list of all of the channels and links to their channels so that you can just get tons of wonderful Spam recipes. So there you have it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.